Shit. Keep it low, yeah. They got ears in the static, watch it. Silk ties, steel eyes, gold pins, black magic, facts. What's understood? We don't say. Yeah, yeah. Let's go. Yeah, yeah. I'm the glitch in the system. Misprint on they dotted lines. Shadow scripting in code. True tucked in the outer rhymes. Pulling stripe in the king's crown. Slip from the hovering span. Flip the plot in a second. Scripting in code. True tucked in the outer rhymes. Pulling stripe in the king's crown. Slip from the hovering span. Flip the plot in a second. Chess boy when the pawns are in. Checkmate. Keep your ships on their secrets. Feel deep where the paper bends. Every beat's like a chord date. Verdict when the cave low ends. Order. Cryptic ink on the paper. Truth coded so the feds can't reach. Every hook's like a back alley with a black bag's out of reach. Low key, burning holes in the road, but pay flames that escape the cage. Burn it when I pull back the curtain. I'm the fire that breaks the plague. Tear it. You can feel my name in the baseline, never say. Escape the cage. Burn it when I pull back the curtain. I'm the fire that breaks the plague. Tear it. You can feel my name in the baseline, never say. You can feel my name in the baseline, never say.
They don't want me standing on business. They don't like me talking like a realist. They don't want my fans to really listen. I speak so much truth, they only fear it. I'm turning up the bass so y'all can feel it. Every ball's a weapon, yeah, I feel it. They hide in the dark, but I reveal it. Name on the till, but you can't spill it.
Red pen revision, slash lines and they doctrine stack. Cut it. Masked off the mask of that mid step and they can't reflect. Mask off. Chest trap, 8 lead, pawns card and the next big guess. Check. True tray sharp, cut deep through the guard is best vest. Slice. Archives locked up, footnotes they forgot to shred. Ghost.
Come on, y'all.
Hid in the safe where the mayor bled. Blueprint. Glitch and they scrap break scenes when the lie gets fed. Break it. Bass kick, drop bombs, every rhyme like a warhead. Boom. Laws written gold ink. Black stains when the light don't fit. Lies. Bars spit with flame tips. Spark lines that ignite this kid. Fire. Hide that crown, but the rust still eats that frame. Paint those trans, but the white still speak the same. Wait.
Ooh, we don't speak their name, but the air still hums. Every truth's a risk when the nightfall comes. In the light they hide while the dark still rings. Every gold crown bleeds when it hides those canes. They don't want me standing on business. They don't want me talking like the realest. They don't want my fans to really listen. I speak so much truth, they only fear it. Turning up the bass so y'all can feel it. Every ball's a weapon, yeah, I wield it. They hide in the dark, but I reveal it. Name on the till, but you can't spill it.
Whisper in the riot match, spark in the tear gas mist. Name in the blacklist file, they can't dismiss. Code in the clutch back door that they can't resist. Unlock flows like a razor edge, cut deep in the lines I list. Cut deep, ink on the page when the pen runs, rip from lies. Storm in the calm, lightning splits through, they disguise. Hand on the clock when the time runs out, they try. Checking the trail that the guards can't neutralize. Shark in the moat, where the king goes, float or sink. Rhyme like a lock pick, turn quick when the cuffs slink. Tear breach from the walls, they can't prove what I think. Ride that beat to the throne, touch ground in a blink, flip it.
They don't want me standing on business. They don't want me talking like the realest. They don't want my fans to really listen. I speak so much truth, they only fear it. I'm turning up the bass so y'all can feel it. Every ball's a weapon, yeah, I wield it. They hide in the dark, but I reveal it. Name on the till, but you can't spill it. You already know.
What's good, family? We about to get into it. A notorious day. Ooh. Uh-oh. For a second, y'all.
Yeah, they tried to bury the message.
Already having technical difficulties. We about to get into it, though. Give me 1 second. Gotta set my stand back up. I'm gonna knock my stand over. There we go. What's good, y'all? We about to get into it. My whole situation just fell. But guess what? Something worked because it's not going in and out anymore. So whatever I did, it knocked that little flicker that I just had. So that's a good thing. What's up, everybody, man? We about to get into it, man. I want to kind of go over some things, man. If y'all don't know, I'll be on Good Morning Black America on the spaces over there in Twitter. I want y'all to go over there and check me out. I think it's 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be over there. And I just want to go over some questions, man. Probably a lot of the same questions I'm going to be asked over on Good Morning Black America. And I just kind of want to just put my heart on the line, let you guys kind of know where the FBACoin came from and why we started it. You know, kind of why we're bringing it out. And we're really, man, family. If you're not on the Telegram, if you haven't checked out the website FBACoin.org, you're missing out, man. We have some great. A lot of y'all be like, we don't see too much no more really online, man. I'm plugged into the Telegram, man. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I can speak my mind. I can speak freely over there. We have a tribe over there, if you want to call it that, of like-minded people, and we're building something. We just got off the Telegram with a young brother who's trying to build something for all communities, you know, and that's cool. You know, that's cool. But I just caution that you be careful, because as you bring in outsiders, a lot of these people, they come from different backgrounds and all walks of life, and they don't share that spirit that foundational Black Americans have. They really don't. A lot of people, they choose. This is a choice. They choose to look down on us. They choose not to acknowledge the greatness in us. They want us to acknowledge their mediocrity as greatness, right? But we kind of like, we've been there, done that. A lot of us, we're decades ahead of a lot of people, and they never really want to fully give us a credit. They want to feed into stereotypes, misnomers, misinformation, and that's cool if they want to practice that. That's cool, It's up to you. But we still going to hit you upside the head with the bamboo stick. We still going to knock some sense into you with the truth. How many? We could play the game, man, and they hate it because we play it so well. How many heroes you got? Let's play that game. How many inventions do you got? Let's play that game. Name somebody prominent in your ancestral background. We could play that game, and 9 out of 10 times we win in that game. We can point at not only every genre of music, but we can go to Olympics, world records. How many world records do your people hold versus our people? You know what I'm saying? We can play that game. But we can also say, listen, man, you can either get on code with us and support us in what we're doing because it's noble and it's good, or it don't even really matter, because we're going to do what we got to do anyway, with or without you. And that's kind of where a lot of FBAs are at right now. We're like, hey, man, we never had y'all on our side to begin with, and we don't need y'all for what we're building and for what we're doing. We don't need you. We kind of got our own thing going on. We kind of in love with ourselves again. We're kind of loving on everybody of the lineage and in the family, and we're moving that way. Everything we're doing now is in the spirit of love and for the lineage, and that's kind of where we're at. So today's topic is the FBA coin, right? I don't want to call it a currency. You know, I got my brother Crypto in here. Shout out to Crypto. You know, but I'll say it's you know, can I say it's the property of champions, the assets of the digital assets of champions? I don't know what we're gonna call it, but it's the first decentralized economy built by foundational Black Americans for and by foundational Black Americans. We're not just asking for permission, we're building our own system, our own money, our own DAO, our own digital sovereignty. That's what we're building, family. And I'm kind of just going to break down the story, how it all happened. You know, what inspired me to create the FBA coin, it was really, I was seeing a pattern. Everybody else is building their empire but us. We built everybody else's empire, but we don't own our own. FBA coin is the remedy for that. An ecosystem that circulates power back into the original source, which is us. Our mission is economic sovereignty. Our vision is generational infrastructure. That's really, in a nutshell, what we're trying to build. We're trying to build sovereignty within our lineage. We're trying to build a generational infrastructure that will last for generations to come. We're trying to pioneer something so that our kids can, the next, not even just the next generation, but even the generation after this generation is going to be the ones to fully really step into this thing and embrace it and really be able to build something. And, you know, I come from the mindset that, you know, unless you put a seed into the ground and it's unalived, it cannot reproduce after its kind. So a seed needs to be placed into the ground and it needs to germinate. And once it germinates, then it can produce more seeds. I raise my hand, family. I'm the seed. I have claimed, matter of fact, I have claimed all Generation X. All Generation X that are foundational Black Americans, I claim you as the seed. You are the seed that must be unalived in order to reproduce tenfold. So even if you don't know that you've been claimed for this position and tasked for this role, I'm telling you right now that that's what you're here to do. Just like our ancestors were pioneers and they were the seed for us, we are now the seed. It's come back twofold. It's our turn now. It's our turn to make history again. It's our turn to put the infrastructure in place that's going to build nations. We are going to birth nations out of us. That's what I'm saying. Every token represents principle, cooperation, protection, accountability, and most importantly, legacy. Legacy. This isn't just about money. It's not just about current flow, which is currency. It's about motion. It's the algorithm of our advancement. You understand? It's the algorithm for our advancement. So I'll say this, family. If you haven't already checked out the website, check out the website, FBACoin.org. Visit it right now. Visit it right now. Learn about us. If you're foundational Black American, I'm going to say join the Telegram, get more information. Come talk to us in the Telegram. Listen, we're real people. You can talk to us. We're going to tell you the real. We're not going to hold any punches. We're going to give you the real. I can give you more information on the Telegram than I can give you on TikTok. Some people think I give up too much information now, you know, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, join us on the Telegram, man, and you'll get if you like the vibe here, you're going to get a totally different vibe there, guaranteed. So a lot of times, you know, so I got into, you know, what inspired me to really to build this coin family was you guys. You know, you guys are the ones that said you wanted solutions. You guys are the reason that I'm not looking for high numbers. You know, I'm not looking for everybody to like what I'm doing. I expect that I'm going to have haters. I expect that, you know, the conversation that we're having here might be boring to some. You know, I know how to fill up a room and get 200-300 people up in here. I know exactly what topics to talk about, what points to hit. And, you know, it works. My room's going to fill up. And I got some scholarship and I got some jokes for you, right? I got all those things. But I realized that, you know, we can do that, or we can start building, or we can build something that's going to be beneficial to our people. And I'm choosing that route. I'm choosing to build. I'm choosing to attract builders. I'm choosing to attract an audience of people that want to see change, not just talk about it. So that's kind of what inspired me to create the FBACoin. Is I wanted to be the one to enact change in our community, and I thought to myself, if I build it, they will come. If I just start the work, I won't be finishing the work by myself, because I know better. I know better than to think that I can do it all by myself. But I'm the type of person, if I don't get nobody to raise their hand, I'm gonna start. You know, if I don't get nobody to say, hey man, you know, I'm gonna join with you, then guess what? I'm gonna go start it on my own. So I started. Took me about 3 months to get the first code out. And I don't know if you guys remember the my past posts and things like that, but I was showing you kind of what I was doing, you know, kind of telling you, hey man, listen, I'm in the lab. You know, I was getting banned anyway. I was on this thing so much, man, they were banning me. I mean, I was getting 20-day bans, 21-day bans. They even banned me for 32 days one time. You know, I was like, man, I got in them Africans that much. I got on them Caribbeans' head that much that they banned me for 32 days. That was crazy. I thought they took my account one time. Matter of fact, my account was on account ban warning. You know, it was on account ban warning. Like they was ready to snatch this page. But, you know, every time they banned me, I went back and I started coding, family. Me, AI, Solidity, GitHub. We were in there, brother. We was in the lab. And then eventually people started, you know, they started catching on to what I was doing. I kept talking about it. I said, I'm not going to stop talking about it. I'm just going to keep talking about this thing. And then people just started saying, hey, man, I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. I'm in. I didn't even know about Telegram. Somebody said, hey, man, we need to start a Telegram. We need to get this many people in the Telegram. This is how you launch the coin. So people start coming in, giving me ideas and telling me, you know, what and how to do it. Because I just started. You know, I'm not going to pretend like I know everything. You know, I got into the blockchain actually on accident. I can tell you 2 stories about how I got into the blockchain. You know, one story in, I guess, cryptocurrency. I knew about Bitcoin back in 2009, family. I was a financial advisor. I was young and up and coming at that time. I was just coming out of my struggle. You know, I started financial services in 2006. 2009, 2010 was really when I started seeing money, a little bit of money, right? A little bit of money. I'm telling you, if anybody knows about the financial industry and about getting life license Series 663 and being a young 20-year-old trying to get older people to give you their money, because you know the younger people, they're not trying to save money, they're trying to spend it. So I had to convince older people with families to give me their life savings so I can invest it for them so they can have a nest egg. So around that time, 2 things was going on. There was a scam going around for Iraqi bullions. Now this was during the time of Iraq and Iraq war, and people were, you know, they're talking about there's gold in Iraq and we can buy these Iraqi bullions and they gonna when they mature they're gonna be worth millions and we all gonna get rich off this sanctioned country. And I ran into a young Filipino woman, and she had this investment group, and she was rocking with me. So she's like, "Hey, come talk to my group. Come talk to my group." So I went to talk to her group, and they were like, "Yeah, you're investing money, but it takes a long time. But we're investing money, and we're making money very, very quickly." So I said, "Let me see the paperwork. Do you mind if I look at some of your, investments and what you're investing in, and, see what kind of returns?" "Oh, we're getting 100%, 200%, 300%. We just put our money in, and we got all this money." And I'm like, "That's very interesting. Can I see?" And I looked at their investment portfolio, and lo and behold, they were investing in Iraqi bullions. Now, right away, I thought, isn't Iraq sanctioned? Iraq is sanctioned, right? And they were like, "Is it sanctioned?" I was like, "Yeah, I think it's sanctioned. And I said, matter of fact, these returns look great on paper, but what if you need money right now? Can you guys pull out some money?" It's like, yeah, we can put money in and pull out anytime. I said, "Okay, let's do this." I said, let's call the investor, the person that helped you invest this money, and let's tell him that you want to pull out just a little bit. And I guarantee you, he's going to convince you to keep the money in there, because it's just growing at these wild rates, and he's going to tell you you can't pull any money. But I want you to insist that you need to get some money out because there's an emergency, and let's see what happens. And so they were like, "Okay, yeah, we can do that. So the whole group decided they were going to do this. They said, okay. They called up their guy that convinced them that Iraqi bullion and was creating all these charts and things like that. And they said, "Hey, man, I need to pull out some money. Something happened in the family. It's an emergency. I need to pull out, not all of it, just a little bit of the cash, just like 10,000. I need to pull out 10,000. The guy was like, "No, you don't want to pull money out. You see what type of returns you're getting this, you're getting that, blah, 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 blah." And they were like, "Oh, no, but I really need to pull it out because, something really bad happened. And, my money's tied up right now, into other things, and I got bills, and this is the money I need to access." So dude tried to tell him every little thing why they need to keep the money in there. So the lady came back to me. He told me that, we should keep the money in there. She didn't even get the money. She said, he convinced me that I should keep the money in. And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's growing. Why should I?" So they came back with that. And I said, "Okay, call him back." That's where the problem happened. They called him back. No answer. Kept calling him back. No answer. Come to find out, it was just what I suspected, family. They've been scammed. They've been scammed because there was no Iraqi bullions. It wasn't on the stock market. It wasn't even on it. It was a secondary account. They were buying Iraqi bullions on the secondary market, and this market wasn't even real. This guy was running a Ponzi scheme, and he was fabricating stuff. Disappeared. Took their hard-earned money. I think some invested 10, some invested 20, some invested 50,000 into this thing. It was a group of nurses, and they had this investment club, and they lost their money. Okay, so eventually, after they lost their money, and I tried to help them, they end up trusting me with their money. So I was able to help them. They lost the money that they had with the guy, but I was able to help them, in the future. They decided to trust me, and we set up something small and built from there. But around that same time that Iraqi bullion was going around, I also got whiffed of something called digital currency, something called the blockchain and Bitcoin. And when I heard about it, I was like, let me turn this thing on. This thing is loud. When I heard about it, family, it's like, it clicked. It just made sense. Digital currency. It's the future, right? It was 2009. People was wondering, how do you spend money that you don't have? How do you spend money that you don't have? Digital currency. To me, family, I swear to you, it was just like, I get it. This is the future. I went back, one of my mentors that was mentoring me in the business, he was somebody I really respected and really trusted. He was more than a six-figure earner. He was into the $500,000s. And, you know, I thought the world of this guy because he's the one that really brought me up in the business and taught me everything I know. So I go back to him like a puppy, all excited. Man, I found the Holy Grail. Blah, 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 blah. Man, this is going to change everything. Bitcoin, digital money, man. This is the future. This is Star Wars. This is all the, man, we're in the Jetsons, baby. All the above. Only to find out that my mentor was not happy about it. He was like, hey, that's a scam. There's no such thing as digital money. You can't spend it. How are you going to spend it? You stick to what works. The stock market's been around for over 100 years, and it's been proven. It has success. It has a track record of creating millionaires and billionaires. You trust stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and commodities. Those are time-tested and time-proven. Don't waste your money putting it in this Bitcoin or whatever this thing is, digital currency. It's a scam. So you know what I did? I did like any student of financial services would do, any mentee. I took my mentor's advice. The one time I probably should have went against him, but I took it. I said, you know what? He's right. And then the next thing I thought about was the Iraqi bullions. I kid you not. Because I dealt with the Iraqi bullions, I thought, you know what? That was definitely a scam. And this is my mentor telling me that Bitcoin is a scam. It must be a scam. I'm not getting into it. Now, fast forward, future. We're in 2018. You best believe I was like, man, especially if I would have known what Bitcoin was going to reach even today. If I would have just put $100 in Bitcoin, family, I would have been a millionaire 10 times over. Just back in 2009, but I didn't. But I came across blockchain again around 2018. I was coming back from Africa for like, was it 2018 or 2019? This was the first time I went to Africa in 2018, and I was coming back. My dad had passed away, and I'd rush back home because I was in Africa for like 3 months. I was out there for like 3 months, and I get these projects, or I used to get a lot of projects. After the pandemic, they kind of washed up. I kind of been fending for myself, but I used to get like 2 or 3 projects a year. I'm well traveled, going over here, going over there. I built up a reputation and a trust in the finance, not just in the financial community, but in every industry pocket. I had a little, my reputation kind of preceded me, and people would call me up and say, hey man, I need help with this. Can you broker this deal? I need help with this. Can you put this together? Hey, I got some guys. I'm going to put you in charge. Can you do this for me? And they would, I was getting paid. I was bringing value to the table, and they were paying me. So it was all good. So I'm coming back from Africa, and I get approached by one of my buddies that was a sideline in the financial industry. He was a Chinese Filipino, and he was like, "Hey, Mayan, you in Africa? I need to build something there. Can you get some information for me?" So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not? Let me get some information." And he was kind of asking me for his help. And then he was kind of telling me that he's going to pay me and that there's a lot of money in it. You don't have to do it. So he kind of did the takeaway. You don't have to do it, but if you do it, you'll be doing me a favor, and you can make some money for me too. So he's kind of trying to tell me to do something for him and tell me what he needed, but he didn't want to tell me what he was working on. I ended up figuring out what he was working on, and then I just said, hey man, listen, I'll just design the whole thing and build it for you because I know exactly what you're doing. I didn't went and did my research, and I found out he was trying to build a data center, and I found out he was trying to mine for Bitcoin, and I found out he was trying to mine for Bitcoin on another level. Okay, this brother took data center to the 10th power. Imagine creating a 300 megawatt data center. And then I find out he's not just, I already knew he was a Chinese millionaire, right? But he's also connected to Chinese billionaires. So I'm working for the Chinese, okay? I'm working for the freaking Chinese. And I'm built out a 300 megawatt data center rig, architect the whole thing, recruited some guys to help me, some of my buddies, and we went to work. We flew all over the, we tried to do it in Africa, got a hold of 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝗶cie. He said not do in Africa, flying all over the United States, Ohio, Texas, Georgia, trying to lock in the cheapest electricity that we could find, hook it up to the grid, hook it up to solar panels so it could be 24 hours. And we're going to have cheaper. So we were offsetting the electricity. It'd be cheaper during the daytime, more expensive at night because we're on the grid, but it was offset. We were going to get the lowest price that you can ever get for industrial electricity in your life. And I learned my first lesson about contracts, and about handshakes, and about integrity. And I learned that, hey man, don't do anything without the contract. Contracts are important. Contracts are everything. It don't mean nothing if you don't really got a contract. That people, even that you think you love and respect, they'll renege on you. So I end up designing something and building something for free. But guess what, family? It's not all in vain because I still have the blueprints. I gave him a copy. Wasn't going to give him the original. I'm not that stupid. Gave him a copy. So that's kind of how I got introduced in the blockchain. But what I learned about the blockchain was it's simple. And I was searching for a truth that can't be tampered with. The blockchain is digital justice. It remembers what the world tries to forget. When I realized our lineage, our stories, our wealth were erased by systems we didn't own, I thought, never again. We need our own infrastructure, our own currency, our own ledger of truth. And from 2018 to 2019, I didn't know what to call it yet. But that was kind of the birth of FBACoin. It was then 2018, 2019, 2020, especially during the pandemic, that I realized we need our own currency, family. We need our own currency. And then something happened 2024 of last year. Like I said, I was ranting on TikTok, clowning Africans and Caribbeans. I was on their head, and my people said they wanted solutions. And I thought back to a solution. I said, you know what? We need our own cryptocurrency. And that's when FBACoin was born. That was when the revelation hit me. That was when I realized this is what we've been waiting for. We need our own cryptocurrency. And FBACoin is the way. And that's when I went to work. Coding, building, making connections, telling people my vision. It was like inspiration hit me, family. This is when I knew that it was the Most High and it was ancestral. I swear to you, it's like I got this this spidey sense. That's probably the best way to call it. This spidey sense, this shock that just hit me, and I was like, FBACoin. That's salvation. That's the solution to all our problems. And that's how I got introduced to the blockchain. And that's kind of how FBACoin came about. It started in 2009. I missed that wave. It began again in 2018 when I was building something. I didn't know what I was building until I knew what I was building. And I end up doing, whenever I do something, I research it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to go into it and, sink my teeth into it. And I figured out, man, that this blockchain is everything that we've all been waiting for. Everything. Everything, family. And that's kind of what happened. So the lineage connection part and the accountability, from spending time in Africa, I realized I wasn't African very quickly, family. I've been to Africa probably like 3, 4, 5 times to the continent. I've been to not just one country in Africa, but sideline countries, Ethiopia, Morocco, a few countries out there. And in my travels, I realized, man, that I'm not African. I'm not ever going to be African. And no African, I'm not even going to be, no African's going to accept me. I've been over there. I'm an outsider to them, and I'm a come up for them. And that's all I'm going to be. Now, were they nice? Were they nice and hospitable? Yeah. Nice and hospitable people in Africa. But here's what I realized. You spend time with them too long, they going to hit you with the woom wham wing. They going to want that money. You got to switch your drivers on a regular in Africa. If you keep the same driver, you know what's going to happen? You're going to be driving on the road one day and he's going to pull over to the side and he's going to be like, my mom's sick. My grandma's sick. My wife's sick. If you don't give me some money, I can't go any further. I need some more money. The same trip that used to cost you a few dollars, now it's going to cost you $100. Think about that, family. They do this stuff. And they don't have, listen, family, they don't have, listen, I would be ashamed. Me personally, I would be ashamed to do some stuff like that to somebody. Especially somebody that was treating me good. And, I'm the type of person, if you're my driver, and if I go get something to eat, I'm not going to let you sit in the car and be hungry. I'm going to be like, hey, what you want? What you want to eat? You want something to eat? Come on, man. Come chill with us. Get something to eat. So imagine you feeding this guy for like a week straight. Every time he drives, he's getting free food because you're paying for it. And then next thing you know, the price change. The same place he used to go for a few dollars, now he's overcharging you for what it's worth. I remember, I kid you not, family. The driver drove me to the airport and my wife had to stay back, right? So she had to stay back. This brother pulled over to the side of the road and told my wife he needed more money or he can't take her where she needs to go. So I had to send more money so my wife could make it home. And this was a trusted driver. I like this guy. I met his wife. That's the type of games they play. See, we don't do that out here. That's not part of our culture. We don't do stuff like that. I remember these knuckleheads was painting my house. I was renting a farm in the countryside. The owner was cool. The owner, cool. But his son was not. His son was looking for that money. Owner, cool. Whatever I needed done, the owner would come, send people over to fix it and work on it. I remember he sent these damn painters over to paint the house. They took like 3 weeks to paint the house. And family, when I tell you they painted it like, it looked like little kids scribbling. Family, they didn't put no newspaper on the window to paint the window sill. They got paint all over the window. So you don't tell me that there ain't something wrong with these people, man. These were grown men painting a house, and they didn't even know to put freaking newspaper. What's up, Keena? They didn't even know to put freaking newspaper on the windowsill to paint this house, family. Don't tell me that Africans work hard. We work hard, nigga. Don't tell me that they work hard. No. Not even in their homeland do they work hard, family. And I don't mean that to denigrate them. I don't mean that to denigrate them. I'm just saying what it is. I'm just telling you my experience firsthand. And when I'm talking about they tribal family, listen, they will talk about another tribe in their country like they're sick dogs. Oh, don't mess with this tribe because they do that. Don't mess with this tribe because they practice witchcraft. Don't mess with this tribe because the women were unalive. You know, it's just all this stuff, family. And I kid you, man, my first experience with Somalians in I don't even want to say the country, in Kenya, they were telling me, man, some horrific things about the Africans there. I'm like, they were talking like, listen, they were talking like they were me. They were trying to be all buddy with me, like, oh, you're not like them, and you know, we're different. I mean, forehead, fingers, and all. Forehead, I mean, it was the forehead mafia out there, family, and they were trying to tell me about the Kenyans. It was crazy, family. It was crazy. So you understand, listen, family, we are not them. I learned that. I learned, listen, I used to be a Pan-African. I used to have a flat blackness personality. I went to school and they told me I was African and I believed it. My dad told me, hey, this is what we are. My mom told me this is what we are. My grandparents told me everybody got that story. We Indian. We got this. We ain't no African. I used to laugh at them like, man, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. But I went over there and found out firsthand that I'm never going to be their brother. The longer I stay, the longer I was a lick. I remember I had this barber. Haircuts only cost you $4 out there, family. So you like, man, oh man, get a haircut for $4? What? $4 for a haircut? Fam, I messed around and gave this brother $20. Invited this brother to my house. And this brother tried to get everybody in the house a cut for $20. He tried to cut my hair, the brother-in-law hair, the wife, the kids. He tried to cut everybody's hair for $20. I mean, this brother tried to come up. And then he wanted us to take him back home. He caught whatever he caught to get over here. He tried to get us to drop him back off at his house. Man, listen, man, you can't make this up, family. You can't make this up, family. You know, they don't know about decorum. It's like, family, listen, they think they getting over. It's like they think you're dumb. And I'm like, nigga, I know what you're doing. It's like it's so easy to spot what they doing. And they think they actually believe in their mind you don't know. So I'm here to tell you, family, listen, I don't have nothing against Africans. Nothing against Africans. Nothing against Caribbeans. You know, nothing against them. But I'm just telling you, we not the same. We're not the same people. We do things the same. And that's kind of where my connection to my lineage and my accountability came from. FBACoin is rooted in the lineage, the alliance of our people. FBA is rooted in lineage business, lineage first. FBACoin is lineage first. It's all about us. If you of the lineage, great. I don't care if you call yourself an indigenous Black American. I don't care if you call yourself a Hebrew Israelite. I don't care if you call yourself a Pan-African. I don't care if you call yourself an African American. I don't care if you call yourself copper-colored nation, American Indian, Negro, just Black, Black American. If you can, foundational Black American, if you can tie your lineage to the 1870 census, this coin is for you. This coin is for you. This coin is for you. That's my promise. This coin is for you. If you can tie yourself to the 1870 census, this coin is for you. I don't care what you call yourself. I don't care if you don't like the term Black, don't like the term FBA. We're going to be fair. We're going to treat you like a brother because you are our brother. You're of the lineage. And that's the only thing that matters. You're of the lineage. If you're of the lineage, we are going to support you. I don't know what's going on, but I got this same brother that keeps sending me these messages, y'all. He keeps sending me these messages. Stop, cease, and desist. I don't know, brother. I hope you're not on a fake account trying to look at my page or something, brother. Because I just saw your damn email pop up. What's wrong with you, brother? Can you get a life? Can you get a life and just leave me alone? This brother sending me a cease and desist. I wonder who he CC'd me in with this time. Last time he CC'd me with Roland Martin. Who knows who this brother's going to CC me with this time? But if you're in here, brother, I don't know your name. You're probably not coming under the account that you normally come in. But guess what? I just saw your damn email pop up on my screen. And your name, Giles McLeod, or whoever the hell your name is, brother. Whatever the hell your name is. But anyway, family, listen, man. Lineage and accountability, that's what it's all about. That's what this coin is for. It's for people who are of the lineage. And as long as you can get verified, and we have our own genealogists, you get verified through them, I'm with you. I'm with you. It ensures that the movement stays on code for the people who built the soil, not just anyone who claims the culture. That's what this coin is for. Verification prevents dilution. It means Dow votes, our reflections, our rewards, all circulating within our bloodline. That's no gatekeeping out. It's no gatekeeping out of hate. That's guarding the gates of legacy. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Guarding the gates of legacy. That's what FBACoin means to me. That's what it's all about. That's what I'm in it for. I'm in it for legacy. That's really if you're gonna ask me what I wake up and what inspires me, legacy. Building something for my people that's gonna be generational wealth. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. So what are some of the benefits and the build, right? FBACoin is powerful. It's a powerful tool, man. It's designed to keep money in the Black community. It's designed to keep money in the Black community. I know people are leaving, man. I think Tariq is on live, man. But I'm just going to finish this up, man. I think Tariq is on live. So I think that's why people are out. Why I'm not getting, that's what it, hey, man, this is what it is, man. Tariq is on TikTok now, man. Shout out to that brother. I'm never going to hate on that brother. I'm always going to salute that brother, what he's doing. So I get it. So some people want to go over there. salute, man. Shout out. Go handle it. But I'm going to finish this up. You know, I got a YouTube family that wants this information too. So I'm here for my YouTube family and my TikTok family. But, you know, the benefits on the build, man. FBACoin is powerful. It's verified economics. Every transaction fuels the community's wealth. You know, we have a sophisticated tokenomics. I'm not about to go into that. You can catch me on the Telegram. It's designed to keep money in our community. It's designed for us to pool our resources together and help one another open businesses, fund projects, community relief, and also help us in the political warfare, right? Because we're going to get in the game of politics, and we're going to buy us one of these politicians if we need to, and we're going to support the ones that are coming up through the grassroots. It's designed to do all that. You know, we're in our launch right now. We're doing we're seeding our LP. We have some NFTs that are like badges for our community. And if you want to know more about what we're doing with our NFTs and how they fit into our ecosystem and how they benefit you and how you can help seed the LP, hit me up, man. Join first. Go on the website and then tap join the Telegram. And guess what, family? Boom. Ask all your questions in the Telegram, and you will be thoroughly surprised, and you will not be disappointed. So where do I see the future of our community in the next 5 years? In about 5 to 10 years from now, I see a digital nation of FBAs. Okay. We'll have our own stable coin, our own payment processor, land and wealth returning to our communities. We'll see our children inherit infrastructure instead of instability. Our businesses funded by our own DAO. Our politics driven by our own blockchain. That's what you call power meeting the legend. Digital sovereignty. We ain't waiting for a seat at the table. We are building our own metaverse of nationhood. That's what I see in the next 5 to 10 years. I see an infrastructure. I see group economics. I see our people coming together on code, working together, rebuilding our communities, making it safe, making it clean, and our people walking around with dignity and true strength. That's what I see in the next 5, 10 years. I see something that we should have been doing 20 years ago living out in the next 10 years. So I'm getting close to 50. I'm 45 now. So 50 to 55 years old, man, I will see something that I will see the start of something that no one's ever seen before in their life. I will see our people, especially our young people coming up, especially getting on board with the coin, having a hope for the future. That's what I see. 5, 10 years. I see economics and true sovereignty and power returning to our community. I see codified people on code. I see more and more people adopting the blockchain, getting aboard. That's what I see. I see us thriving, man. I see us beginning to thrive. I see us beginning to come out of that negative energy and into a positive. I see us dreaming and thinking of the impossible. That's what I see. I see us owning tech. I see us owning our patents and our industries. I see manufacturing. I see the start of distribution. I see people wanting to plug into what we're doing because we're doing it so well. I see us competing at a higher level. I see our spending power going from $2.1 trillion to $6 trillion. That's what I see in the next 5 to 10 years. I see us commanding $6 to $10 trillion every single year. I see new millionaires being created every single month. That's what I see. That's what I see for the future of FBA. That's what I see. I see us dominating on every level. I see us playing the game and playing it so well. You know, I always say, you know, they can't stop us. They can only hope to contain us. And I believe that. You will have hiccups down the road, but we're going to solve them. We're going to fix them. We're going to power through them. I say this all the time. There are no such things as right or wrong decisions. There are only decisions that you make and decisions that you make right. I live by it. There's no wrong way to do this thing. We just got to do it. We're going to figure it out. At the end of the day, we're going to push through and we're going to figure it out. That's the future of FBA. That's the future of FBACoin. That's the future of a people becoming a sovereign people. Now, can we be sovereign in 10 years? Man, I would love that. But we're on our way. I'll say it like this. We're on our way. We're on our way. We're on our way. The people who are going to benefit mostly from the FBACoin are probably the millennials and Gen Zs. They're the ones that are going to benefit the most. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I know it's more important to build the infrastructure so they can thrive than it is not to build it and then leave it to them to build it. See, because that's what, you know, I believe in this, family. Whatever devil you don't defeat, your children are going to have to fight. So if you're not devil slaying, giant slaying out here, you pretty much saying, here, son, here, daughter, you fight these demons that I couldn't defeat. So I don't want that for my children, my unborn, or anyone coming into the world. I don't want that for my family, for my loved ones. You know, I want to be the giant slayer. I want to be the demon killer or unaliver, demon slayer. I can't say that, whatever. I want to be the demon slayer. Whatever demon that I have, I want to defeat while I'm here. So I don't pass that down to my children, so they have to fight it. That's what the FBACoin is about. The FBACoin is a demon slayer. We're going to wipe out the biggest demon that we've been facing, and that's poverty. That's go to the back of the line. That's waiting on everybody else to win, and we get the crumbs. FBACoin is no longer having to get crumbs, no longer having to wait to get resources to your people. It's getting resources to your people today. That's what the FBACoin means to me. So, family, I'm going to tell you right now, go to FBACoin.org, join our Telegram, get the coin, and then get lineage verified. That's what I would tell you. It's going to come to a point where if you're not lineage verified, you're not on code. And we're not gonna look at you like you're one of us, because we really don't know. The only way we're gonna know is that you go through a trusted source and you get your lineage verified. That's how we're gonna know. That's how we're gonna know. That's the only way we're gonna know. So we're gonna know who's on code and who's off code. You know how you get on code? Hey, you gotta get the FBACoin and you gotta get your lineage verified. Those two things are a must if you plan on being on code and you plan on rocking out with the lineage, especially here in the future. Two things, powerful moves. Get the FBACoin and get your lineage verified. That's power. That's sovereignty. Can't beat that. Family, we are the algorithm. We are the motion. We are the code. That being said, family, I'm not even going to bring anybody up. I'm going to let everybody go. I said everything I needed to say. Peace, love, reparations, and the blockchain. See you guys tomorrow. I'll be on Good Morning Black America on Twitter or X. Come check us out over there. 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard. Take care, family. Talk to you soon. Peace.